This is a party political broadcast on behalf of zero none of the above. Hello, my name is zero none of the above, and this is take 3. Right, okay, let's start. My name is zero none of the above. It really is. I've changed it by deed poll. And I'm going to stand in the general election in Filton and Bradley Stoke constituency as zero none of the above. A vote for me, zero none of the above, will count as a vote for no one. Because if you vote for me and I win, I will resign immediately. This effectively makes me the same as an official none of the above box. Because the result of me winning will be the same as a none of the above box winning. It will force a by-election. And in the by-election I'll run again, giving you the opportunity to again vote for no one. I apologise immediately. I'm reading from notes. I'm not a real politician. I can't afford to have one of these screens that has the words beamed onto them that makes it look as if people are speaking from the heart and really they're just reading from a script. I am reading from a script. There it is. There's all my little bits of notes all over my computer. Right, so down to the questions. Some of these are questions asked by friends of mine playing devil's advocate, and some of them are questions that have been asked by people who are quite concerned. So, things that I'd like to let you know. And the reason for doing this is so that you don't have to read all the stuff on the website. Not that there's a lot. There's a lot less on my website than most party political broadcasts and party political manifestos, because I've got one simple promise, haven't I? I'm going to resign. So, why am I doing this? Well, I suppose, really, to give you, us, we, the right to say no. Like I say, I overheard, well, I don't know, I say like I say, I've said this twice in 2 other takes. So I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said on this video now. Right, anyway, back to the question. I don't know if I've said it already, but if I haven't, to give us the right to say no. A couple of months ago, a friend of mine, might have been a friend, might have just been someone I overheard talking about the fact that general election coming up and they would vote none of the above if that option was on the paper. And obviously it's not at the moment. I then found out there was a petition to petition the government or parliament to put a none of the above box on the ballot paper. And I simply thought, why bother to ask someone else to do something that quite plainly you can do yourself? However, I then found out that it's illegal to call a political party or have the phrase none of the above in the name of a political party. So I decided, well, I'll change my name. Surely my name can't be illegal. And it's not. It's not. My name is now zero none of the above. It's on the ballot paper and it's not illegal. So that was the reason why I do it. Some other questions. How will it work? How will a none of the above box work if there was an official none of the above box on the ballot paper? Well, I am the official none of the above box at the moment, but I've got better things to do in my time than stand in elections, so hopefully, maybe at some time in the future, there will be a real none of the above box. But at the moment, it's me, I'm afraid. And how would it work in the future if there was a real none of the above box? Well, quite simply, if none of the above wins an election, whether it's in a constituency or a whole general election, then all the candidates and parties that stood in that constituency will know they've been rejected. There will be a by-election. They can stand again. It's a democracy after all. Everybody should be able to stand in an election. However, if they stand again with the same policies, the same manifestos, then that'd be a bit pointless because they've been rejected on those policies and manifestos once, and the likelihood is it'll happen again. This will force them to change, and the way to change will be to enter into real dialogue with the electorate or the general British public, finding out what the public actually want, and maybe even better, asking the question, why did you vote for none of the above? Making them maybe think a little bit about what they're doing, and if there's something they're doing wrong that the public disagree with strongly, they'll have to take action on it. Is it a waste of taxpayers' money? Been asked that question, and quite simply, and it probably sounds quite arrogant, but democracy is priceless, in my view. Am I encouraging people to waste their votes? I've also been asked that. For me, the only wasted vote is a vote that isn't used. I'm not encouraging people to waste their votes, I'm encouraging people to vote. And if there's no one on the ballot paper that they want to vote for, then vote 0, none of the above. It's that simple. If none of the above, 0, none of the above, wins the election, there'll be no government. How do I feel about that? Well, if for there to be no government, that would mean that none of the above has won every single seat, every single constituency. Now, if that did happen, then not only would the civil service be more than capable of running the government in the interim period while the by-elections are run, but what a damning indictment that would be of the current political system and or the current political parties and or what they're offering. Finally, why not stay at home if you don't want to vote for anyone? Fair point, why not stay at home? Quite simply because, I probably say quite simply a lot. I shouldn't have said that, you'll notice I say quite simply a lot now when you replay it. Oh well, never mind. Quite simply, the statement that 40% of the electorate did not vote is nowhere near as powerful as the statement 40% of the electorate voted for none of the above. That's about it, really. Basically, I want to encourage people to use the vote. If there's candidates or parties on the ballot paper that people want to vote for, I encourage them to vote for them. I think that's great. However, if there aren't, I'd say now you have the option to still use your vote and vote for no one. Whereas up until this point, if you haven't wanted to vote for any party or candidate on the paper, you haven't been able to vote. That's how I see it. You may disagree with me. Get in contact via the website, email me. I don't know how else you can get in contact. Speak to people about it. If all this does is cause a bit of debate, fantastic as far as I'm concerned. If you want to help support the campaign and what I'm doing, then basically there's a £500 deposit I've had to pay. If I don't get 5% of the vote at least, then I'm going to lose that £500 deposit. So in order to try and raise the funds, I'm paying it myself. If I don't raise any funds, I'm paying it myself. But I've made these little badges, and I've made these little postcards, and they're available at the website. Or if you see me personally, if you live in the area and you know where I am, down at the Blue Sky Cafe, then come and buy some badges or postcards off me. All the profit I make from these postcards and badges will go towards the £500 deposit. If I make more money than the £500 deposit, I will give all that money to the NHS, the National Health Service. That's my National Health Service policy, I suppose. And if I get my deposit back, and I've paid for any of that deposit out of badge sales and postcard sales, then that money will be given to the NHS. Obviously, if I pay my own deposit, I really can't afford it. I work in a cafe. I can't afford it. So if I pay the £500 deposit out my own pocket and I get it back, I say thank you, thank you, thank you very much, but that money is gone back in my pocket. There are reasons for that. I need the money. Right, anything else? No, I think that's it. Oh, it's just, yeah, I've got a really catchy phrase. Every political broadcast needs a phrase, doesn't it? So basically, you should vote for 0, none of the above, because saying no is better than saying nothing. I better stop, because I hope I haven't gone over 10 minutes. If I have, I've got to do the whole thing all over again. Okay, so vote for me. Well, not for me, because it's not me. I'm just a box.